Okay, welcome to another video for Paul's Old Crap. Today we're going to actually play a game called Stronghold. This is from Firefly Studios. This game I purchased from the local thrift store a few weeks ago. I think it was about $4, and it was the full large box copy, which is one of the reasons why I bought it. It was a bit newer of a game that I normally look for, but figured what the heck. And I'd never actually heard of the game before, so I was interested in trying it out. The machine that you're seeing right now, this is actually an IBM ThinkPad laptop, and it is running Windows 98. And I've got a capture device running off the VGA port. So this is pretty much the most authentic experience I could make with this game. Older games for DOS and stuff like that, I usually just use DOSBox, but yeah, it was interesting getting this going on an old laptop. So this is version, I think it was version 1.0 is what came in the box, and then I used an official patch from the vendor to take it up to version 1.2. And they did, I think, re-release this game for modern operating systems, but this is the original one, and I don't think you can even run this copy in Windows 8 or 10 or anything like that. So, let's start playing the game, I guess. I think it's going to take us through some full introduction video here. The Middle Ages.
Life in the old castle.
Impressive graphics.
Happy times them were. The people were all so much friendlier.
Getting some audio drops. That might just be from it reading off the CD for this video or something.
And how
I'm gonna go ahead and
Greetings, sire.
interrupt the video.
Your stronghold awaits you.
If you really want to watch the whole thing, you can buy the game and watch it. So what this allows you to do, you've got combat-based games and you've got like economic-based games. So if you went into combat, military, play a siege, play an invasion, multiplayer. So this would be, I guess, if you were going to build your castle and attack others or defend against attacks, stuff like that. I don't think I actually mentioned this before. This game is a castle sim, so you're building and defending your castle, or I guess you can attack others. What we're actually going to do is go into the economic-based games. You can play a campaign or a mission here where they have some sort of objective. But I'm not going to spoil those for anyone who actually wants to try the game out. I'm just going to do a free build, which is basically just making my own castle and doing whatever the hell I want. So we're going to go into the free build. And for my map choice, this first map I noticed, I don't think it has any animals to hunt, so we're not going to pick that one. Fork in the River, I think, is the one I was looking at before, so I'm going to pick that map. And continue. So my objective here is basically just to build my castle, so I don't really have any attacking force, so the rest of that stuff doesn't matter.
Place a
Go ahead
keep
and start the
beside
game.
your castle, my liege.
So, right off the bat, it tells me what my starting goods are. So this is everything that I've got started, and I can build whatever I want using this until I run out. First thing I need to do is actually build the main part of my castle and stuff like that. I can build this really anywhere I want, but I'm just going to put it right around the middle here. And I'm not too sure what the different costs are for these, because it doesn't actually say. Usually it would say how many resources each thing you build would take up. But it doesn't say anything different for these sizes, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build the largest one. And we're going to place this... we're just going to slap that right here.
Cite your granary, sire.
And now it's going to make me build my granary, because I need a place to store my food. So right away it just gives me this option right here, and it says my cost is 10 wood, and I have 100 wood. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that right over there. So that's full of food, and to get myself started on collecting supplies, I'm going to build... Actually, before I build my hunter's post... Okay, there we go. I do have animals in this map, so I can actually go and hunt the animals. Now, getting your food started is probably one of the more important things, so under your farm buildings here, first thing I got hunter's post. Cost is 5 wood. I'm gonna just slap this up here. So this guy is going to go and do hunting for me and bring food back. Next thing I'm going to build is a dairy farm. The dairy farm I'm going to put kind of right down in here, I suppose. Apple orchard. I'll put that here. So this will get me started with keeping my food supplies good. I do have some stuff in here, but as my peasants continue to work and live, they're going to start eating the food. Now, one other thing I'm actually going to do... Don't have a tower. What I actually need... Let's see... Here we go. I'm going to extend my stockpile. When you do this, you have to put it right next to the old one. So there, it shows up there. And I'm going to put another one in right in behind it too. Because if this fills up, you don't have room for anything, so... Yeah, best to have that. Oh, woodcutter. I don't think I did this yet. To get more wood for my stockpile, I have to have a guy go and chop down some trees. So, I'm going to build my woodcutter right up in there. Oh, and you can see the hunter is already carrying some meat back down to my storage place. There he goes. So that's good so far. Another critical thing we need to do is build a marketplace. So the cost of the marketplace is 15 wood, and I have plenty. So we're going to just drop that right in there as well. What this lets me do is actually buy and sell any of these goods. Oh, the animals are coming to visit. And my hunter is starting to kill them. Anyway, so if we click on the marketplace, if we look at what we have for food, my meat stocks are pretty good, 44. The dairy stocks are starting to show up from my dairy farm. My apples, they're okay. And I need to look into my baked goods now, because I don't have any of those. So, I need to go back into my farm buildings. I think what I need to do is make a wheat farm. So I'm going to drop my wheat farm kind of down in there, out of the way. And if I go to my food processing buildings, my bakery. Let's build a bakery, so I'm going to just throw the bakery up in here. And one last thing I do need to build is a mill. So I think the mill takes the wheat, converts it into flour, and the flour then goes to the bakery, which then makes the baked goods, which show up into my food storage. So my mill is cost of 20 wood, and I still have 27, so I am able to build this. Just gonna throw it right up in here, pretty close by. And the woodcutter just added some more wood to my pile, which is good because I need to build some more stuff. So as you build all of these things, you need peasants to work them. Now, your peasants have to live somewhere. So, go to town buildings. This thing here, for a cost of 6 wood, this is actually where your peasants need to live. And if you look over here, right now it says we have 16 out of 16 spots. So we're at maximum capacity for our peasants. So if I were to build a bunch of more buildings, and we don't have enough peasants to run them, the buildings actually, like, shut down. We don't want that. I want some more peasants. And let's actually just put them a little out of the way here. Drop one right there. So now that I've built that, I have 24 spots in my castle, and that number of occupied spots is actually increasing now. So this is a good way to start off your castle, get some food and stuff going. But one thing we need to look at is the fact that our gold is not increasing. This is because by default, you're not charging any tax. So, we click our keep.
No change in the treasury, Lord.
This gives us our options. Now, with no taxes, my popularity is +1, which is adding to this, like, number here. I think, something like that. If we increase taxes, it goes to -2.
Much, these taxes.
But that's the only way we're going to get some more gold, and gold is required to build certain types of buildings. So, now that I have taxes, my gold will increase at some point in the near future here. One thing I need to look at is I need some more housing for my peasants. We're actually full again. So, drop one of those there. Now I have 25 out of 32. And you can see my popularity is starting to drop slightly because I am charging tax, and my gold, though, is going up. Now, let's look at my food supply again.
Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
I'm at full rations, and I'm going to leave it at full rations. If you start running out of food, you can change your rations. And if you make your rations bigger, your people are happier. But they can just starve. One thing, though, is the number of food groups. So the more food groups you have, the higher your popularity goes. So right now it has 3 food groups, but as they consume this, that will drop. So I have, I think, a lot of meat in here, but I don't have a whole lot of dairy, I think. That's, oh, so now it's down to 2 food groups. So that's not so good. What I need to do, I'm going to build another dairy farm. That will help my dairy stocks increase faster, hopefully. And let's see, so the apples are good. Let's look at my marketplace and actually look at the numbers here. Yeah, so my dairy numbers are very low. My meat numbers are good. Apples are kind of low as well. Now, I do actually have some flour and wheat, and that will eventually become the baked goods. If we look at our bakery, the worker is going to get the flour. So that process is working, but yeah, I guess it's kind of slow, but, you know, whatever. Now, I think I did notice the apples were kind of low, so what I'm going to do is build another apple orchard. Drop it right in there. Now, all of this building is making my wood stocks low. What I need to do is get another dude to chop down some wood. So we're gonna put another woodcutter in there. My popularity, yeah, it's 94. I have a lot of gold now, though, which is good. What other buildings do I need? Okay, I need to build a hops farm so I can get a brewery and stuff, but I don't have enough wood for this yet. So I'm just going to wait on that. I'm going to look at the other options I have here. So I can build a brewery, but there's no point quite yet. I don't need another bakery. Let's look at... My food stocks are actually going down kind of faster now that I have more peasants that are eating it. What I'm going to do is actually get another hunter. I think that was under Hunter's Post. This is only 5 wood to build this. And I'm going to build it over here, just close to the animals here. So drop that there. And I'm going to go hunt my animals over there. And I'm still at maximum capacity for my peasants. Build more housing. Just drop it in there. So now I have 40 available spots for peasants to live. Still have a lot of gold, but I don't necessarily have a lot of supplies. One thing I can actually do, though, is if I want to get some stuff faster, I can actually go buy supplies. So if I wanted more wood faster than that dude will chop down trees, I can actually just buy more wood. But let's see. So I have 26 wood now. I'm going to leave it like that and just look at what other buildings I need. I can build my quarry. Requires 20 wood and I have 26. So I'm going to build one of these. Now, that basically gives me like stone blocks. You can only put it in certain places on the map, and I think that's around here. Oh, okay, there we go. So what you do is you move your mouse until it shows up with the full image of it. And that means you've got it in the right spot. So we click, and it builds our thingy-majigger. One thing you also need to do is... Where are we here? Ox tether. Now this cost is 10 wood, and I have 18 wood left. I need to build my ox tether kind of close to this. Because as these people get these stones out, I need an ox to then carry it back to my stockpile. So these dudes are working away. That's good. My capacity for peasants is at maximum again. I need to look at what my food isn't bad. We're doing pretty good. So what I'm going to do then is... Where are we? More housing for my peasants. My popularity is actually going up again. That's interesting. Okay. Did I ever make a hops farm? I don't think I did. So...
More wood is needed.
More wood is needed. That's right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually get another...
More wood is needed.
Oh, I don't have enough wood to build a woodcutter. Oh, there we go. The numbers just went up. Okay. I need wood faster. So I'm going to build another woodcutter right there. I believe that leaves me with... Okay, so I'm left with 23 wood in my stockpile. My hops farm, I'm allowed to build this now. And I'm just going to drop it right here. Now, to complement the hops farm, I will need to build a brewery. I don't have enough wood yet. I only have 8 wood, so I'll just give that a moment. Oh, and while we're up here, my ox is carrying the stones that these dudes got. And they're going to come back and drop them down here. So, as I build some other buildings, we'll take a look at what kind of building materials are required for each of these. There we go. Dropped them off. Let me just look at... my food supplies look like they're pretty good. 4 months, 5 months. Okay, don't need to worry about that quite yet. My hops farm, the worker is working. I think what I might do is... Let's see. Well, I can build an iron mine. Let's see what else we have. I already have a marketplace. The iron mine, that needs to be placed. Let's take a look on the map here again. Kind of this reddish area up here. I have a lot of gold. I guess that means that I can just buy supplies right now. I don't have to wait for the woodcutter. Although he did drop off a bunch of supplies there for me. So I'll leave that for now, and I'm going to actually go back up here. I think I'm at the top of the map. And I'm going to build the iron mine. So we move it. Oh, there we go. So it shows up. Drop in our iron mine. And I'm going to need an ox tether up here as well. Somewhere close by, I think. There we go. There's my ox, and I'm going to have peasants show up and start working the mine. So let's go back down here. Let's take a look at what we have. I don't think I have any hops yet. Worker is working. But what I will do, go back to my food processing buildings, and I'm going to build the brewery. So once the hops are ready, then they will make some alcohol out of it. And I'll throw that down here. Oh, I think I have some hops ready right now in my stockpile. Interesting. Let's see what's happening with the brewery. Worker going to workplace. Okay. We'll just wait for a peasant to go and start the brewery. Let's see. Now I'm gonna go and look at what my numbers are again. My baked goods are okay. It seems that I've got more flour coming in than my baked goods. So what I might want to do is actually build another bakery. And we'll slap the bakery in right there. Come on. There we go. And that will help me build or get some baked goods faster. Oh, I think my hops are... let's click on the worker, returning with hops. That's this person right here. So, once I have some ale ready, I'm going to build an inn. And you'll see the cost of the inn is 50 wood. I only have 30. But this one does cost gold to build, although I have tons of gold, so that's not really a problem. You know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to buy a bunch of wood. There we go. Lots of wood. And while I wait for that, what I'm going to do is look at some of these. We're not going to do anything with these weapons and stuff because I don't need to get that in this map. There's no combat happening. If we look at town buildings, these buildings will add to your popularity. So when you have like a chapel, a church, a cathedral, this will allow your people to be blessed, and that will increase your popularity. If we look at this one, a church, it's going to cost us 20 of the big stones and then 350 gold. And I do actually have a lot of gold, so I'm going to go ahead and actually build my church. I'm going to slap the church right in up here by the water. Come on. There we go. And the animals are coming to say hi. Yeah, they're right in there. And there's other things in here. Apothecary. I'm not really sure what the point of this building is. We can build a well for 30 gold. That might be a good idea. Slap the well right there. Let's see what else we can do. I can build a chapel because I have a lot of the stones coming in from my ox, and I still have a lot of gold. So we can just slap a chapel right there.
Granary stocks are very low, sire.
Oh no.
Our food stocks are dwindling.
My food stocks
my
are
liege.
dwindling. Oh my god, I need to expand. I need some more farms. What do I need to make? I'm gonna make another hunter's post right up there. I'm gonna build yet another dairy farm right there. I suppose I could do another wheat farm. Come on. Get out of the way, dog. There we go. Oh, but then I need some more peasants probably. Which means I gotta go to town buildings. Those. You're constantly building stuff here. Okay, so that should take care of that. Let's zip up to what's going on up here. Okay, so those guys are... Get more stones. These guys are doing something. I think they've already added, let's see. What is that, my iron or something? I don't know. Let's see here. If we click on this, this will actually tell us some reports. Population, steadily increasing pretty much. My popularity.
The people
Apparently the people worship me.
sire.
That's good. Oh, if you look at religion, I have a total of 2 priests wandering around, and apparently I have 19% of my people blessed. Now, once that hits 25%, this gives a positive effect on my popularity. This kind of jumps around, I guess, depending on how many people the priest talks to. Oh, there we go. It hit 25, and now I'm at +1. So yeah. So if you build stuff like your church, your cathedral, and whatever, yeah, that helps out with your popularity. So oh wait, I built a chapel and I built a church. I didn't build a cathedral yet. The cost on that is a little steep. It's more than I even have right now. Oh, that's right. There's my barrels of ale. I need to build the inn. Because when you let your people drink, your popularity increases there as well. So here we go. The cost is 50 wood, 25 gold. I'm going to drop it right down in there. So now my priest can go get drunk. Now, eventually there's a worker that's going to show up and then grab one of the barrels of ale and go down there. And once that happens, I'll take another look at the numbers here. We have to wait a little bit for that to happen. While we're doing that, we're going to look at my food, and I don't really have a whole lot. If we look at the marketplace, yeah, I'm really low on meat, so I'm going to load up on that because I have tons of gold, so that doesn't really matter.
Our granary stocks are growing,
I
sire.
have lots of food, 7 months supply, 6 months supply. Lots and lots of food. My popularity is at 100. That's good. What else do we have here? I have a lot of my hops, but they're not making it into my ale fast enough. So I'm gonna actually build another brewery. Slap that there. So that should... Oh, someone stole my ale. Where'd it go? One of these people has my ale, and I don't know which one it is. Or maybe they already moved it down here? Oh, there we go. So the inn has 1 barrel of ale and the number of drinks that it will serve. My population coverage is 53%, and that adds to my popularity. So at this point, if I really wanted to get even higher popularity, I'd build another inn. But then I need to deal with the fact that I'm running out of ale. And see, this guy's rolling that barrel of ale back in here, and I don't have any more in my stockpile. So you need to build even more breweries in order to handle that amount. So it's getting kind of crazy. You have to really keep track of everything that's happening in here. And I've got my ox returning with more supplies. See, my stone supply, I've got a lot of that. I'm wondering what I can build with this now. I don't have enough gold for a cathedral, unfortunately. That's a lot of gold, 500 gold required. While I'm in here, here's like good things and bad things. So under good things, I can build myself a statue for 30 gold. And it kind of cycles between the different statues that are available. So once you find the one you want, then you click your button, and there you have a statue. I don't know if this really does anything. It offers really no value as far as I know. But maybe it makes your people a little less nervous than if you put a bunch of like torture stuff in the middle of your town. Oh, yeah. I don't want to kill my poor peasants, so... Let's go back and take a look at what else we have here. I think we're doing decently for my food supply. I don't know if I have any... No, they're growing.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire.
Where was my stock increase? See, I've got no ale. I've got lots of flour, though. And I'm not too sure how my baked goods are doing. Come on. Oh. Okay, I have lots of stuff for my bakery. But I don't have a whole lot of apples or dairy anymore. So I'd have to build yet another farm. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's Hunter's Post. Dairy farm. Slapping a dairy farm up there. So, I mean, it's a lot to keep an eye on, and one other thing is, if I wanted to get some more gold faster, I could actually sell some of my supplies that I've got. So if I went in here and, like, what is this? My iron. I don't really need any iron right now, so I'm going to sell some of my iron. And now I have a whole lot of gold. And that amount of gold lets me go and build something huge. And that would have been my cathedral. So I have my 40 stones and my 500 gold. I'm going to slap a cathedral right there. And this will add to my popularity because I think this will give me another priest to go wander around and bless people. But my popularity is already as high as it'll go. If I really wanted to, I could actually piss off my residents by increasing my tax. But I'm a nice ruler of my castle, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not too sure if there's anything else I was really going to bring up for this video. If you were doing a combat mission or defense and you needed to defend your castle, you would do things like this. So if you're building like stone wall or wooden wall, depending on what kind of supplies you had. So for example, if we were to build a wall, and if we were to make Mexico pay for it. Oh no, what am I talking about? That's crazy talk. So if we build our stone wall around our castle, no, not barracks, not armory, gatehouses. We build doorways in. So if we slap our gatehouse right up there. And then if we were to build more walls, there's a trick somehow to change your view, but I forget what the keystroke is. So I mean, I could just put my wall right there instead. So I mean, if you were building a giant wall around your castle, you would do that. And I'm assuming there would be some difference in the level of defense between the stone and the wood wall, but oh yeah, so I guess this is like the life that your gatehouse has, and if you were under attack, this would start going less. And then I'm assuming it would probably cost you gold to repair it, something like that. So yeah, there's some aspects of this game that I'm obviously not going to be able to cover because I'm just doing a free build. But you know what the heck, I just felt like doing this for fun. If you really want to see it for yourself, you're going to have to try it. So, I think that I have covered everything that I was going to discuss. So yeah, that's your barracks and your armory. That would be for weapons and stuff. Go back to our buildings. I covered that. Covered my ox. Pitch rig. This would be for making like boiling oil or something like that, where you use for castle defense. If you throw boiling oil at attacking people, I mean, that's kind of brutal, but okay. Covered our farm buildings, our Hunter's Post, Dairy Farm, Apple Orchard, Wheat Farm, and Hops Farm. Yes. Town buildings, I think we covered all of these, except the apothecary, because I actually have no idea what the point of the apothecary is, so yep. This is if you were going to start making weapons, but we're not doing that in this game, so no big deal. And I covered all of these for processing your food. Yeah. So, I mean, if you're looking into these medieval castle games, I actually enjoyed playing this game. because I'm also a fan of like the SimCity game and other series, like other games in the Sim series. So like having an environment where you're building this sort of thing, this is a game that I do like. So I'm actually quite glad that I did go to the thrift store and pay $4 for this game. I think I've got my money's worth out of the enjoyment. So I think at this point I'm going to wrap this video up. Exit Stronghold.
Retire, my lord.
Retire, my lord. Yes, I think so. Well, thank you very much for watching, and I'm sure I will have more gaming videos like this coming up on my YouTube channel at some point. Thank you very much.